What's up, everybody? How's it going? Oh, let me fix the camera on this one. There it is. Nice. I fixed the chat, so you guys see the chat now. So let me know if it's a little bit too big. It kind of looks a little bit too big, but maybe we'll fix that here actually real quick. Let me get the chat away from that one. All right. Let's see. How's everybody doing today, though? Happy Monday. Let's see. I'm going to change his overlay. Maybe 25. I'll try that. Save and copy the URL. Go back to OBS. Chat overlay. Properties. Paste this new URL. And OK. All right. What do you guys think of that size? Is that good enough? Let me make it bigger for the shorts people. There we go. All right, let's see what the chat's saying. You guys are already going off. I can see it. All right, Strongman says, we are back. Yes, we are. We're going to get a lot of good progress done today. Strongman, what is up? I'm here. Strongman, were you the first one in? You might have been the first one in today. Hey, Obu Abuka. Hopefully I said that right, but can't wait. Welcome back to the stream. You guys all got some NSL power. So definitely we'll think of something to do with that in the future. In Unity right now. Sweet. Yep. Me too. Me too. Maybe I'll put the chat over on the right side. What do you guys think of that? About that? That way you can actually see what's going on in the scene and the game view. And then, I don't know, where to put my camera. Maybe up here, because most of everything should be happening in the game view. So you shouldn't really need the scene view too much. But welcome, No Way to the Goat. You were awarded. Oh, that's funny. Huh. MVP, welcome. Welcome to the stream. No Way to the Goat. Hello, hello, Strongman. It doesn't look good, in my opinion. Or make it smaller and under your webcam. So, talking about the web chat, or make it smaller and under your webcam. So we could move this over here. How's that? Do you like the Strongman? Do you think that looks better? Having the chat underneath right there? Okay. Sweet. Let me... It's like that. Okay. That should be good. I'm trying to get it so like you can read it all without it disappearing. This might be the sweet spot. Okay. Maybe right there. Because then your message should disappear. Maybe a little bit more. All right, that's good enough. All right, so let's go back into, let's do a quick recap of what we did yesterday. I'm gonna move this chat over into the camera view. There you go. Now it looks like I'm staring right into your soul whenever I read chat. So many typos. Come on, chat. To get in her. Yeah, Kira, come on. Usually you're the first one in here. But I'll give you a quick rundown. If anyone is new to this stream, we'll go through exactly kind of the whole process so that you can catch up literally from basically season 1 all the way to season 3. This is basically season 3, day 3 of the challenge. So I'm going to open up Miro so we can actually go through that. Slide that through. All right, let's see. We got this one. Let's make sure we are doing change to the right screen. And Miro. Okay, let's jump over to Miro. So to start off the challenge, we made a little plan, as well as making some rules and some goals. So the goals are here. Make a small, simple, idle game. And you've seen a little bit of that. If you're just in this stream, you saw the stuff we were making in Unity. And we'll get back to that in the future, or in a bit. So the rules are, have 4 different coins, such as pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters. And we're going to get some upgrades of some kind once we get there. I'm going to make my own music and sound effects for the game, because we're trying to get all that experience just because. And eventually we're going to save the player. Not exactly sure how we're going to save this data. Maybe we'll just use player prefs or something. I don't know. That's simple to use player prefs. But there are some rules. No AI doing the work. I can use AI to do some research, maybe to quickly add in some debug.logs. But I can't just be like, hey, AI, make this game for me. Hey, Genie 3, make the visuals for me. I can't do that. No cheating or copying tutorials. I can look at tutorials, but I'm not going to be able to just say, okay, this tutorial shows exactly this, so I'm just going to copy exactly what they have and put that in the game. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to buy any third-party assets, and we're streaming every day. So this is day 3. Welcome to everybody in the stream. So this is the plan that we've had so far. The heads or tail idle game. And then we made our project. We made some folders. We thought about the game design. We're going to get money every time we get heads. If you get tails, you're not going to get the money, so you just got to flip the coin again. Upgrades, we're thinking more money per heads, potentially. Maybe faster flips, not clips. Faster flips. That's a typo. Increase gold time. What that means is we're thinking, what if randomly your coins turn gold? And during this time, maybe it's 10 seconds, you get 10x the amount of rewards. So we're thinking, oh, okay, you can have an upgrade to increase. So maybe it's 11 seconds, 12 seconds, 13 seconds, stuff like that. Or maybe you make more, something like that. So we thought about the logic and the coin flip animation. We've had some fun with that the last few days. Music and sound effects. We're going to use BandLab. I don't know if this is going to be the best or the worst. We'll see. I don't know. Never used it. And sound effects, own recording. So this is kind of the logic. I'll share this since we're already here. But right now we just, I guess, have a flip coin button and a money counter. And that is in Unity, so you'll be able to see that later. And the logic to determine whether or not the player gets the reward is kind of here. We're going to generate a random number. So generate random. And if that random number is between 1 and 50, then it's heads. You're going to play the heads animation for the coin that's being flipped. And then you're going to dish out those rewards. If it's 51 to 100 tails, you're not going to dish out those rewards. So, flip again, I guess. Try again next time. It's free. So if heads, play, I guess it kind of breaks it down here as well. Play head animation and add points. If tails, play tails animation and just play again. So I think that's pretty much what we're doing. I guess this little mock-up, terrible drawing here is showcasing my amazing art skills. So definitely the next person to win a Grammy Award for art. But basically here is showing we could have pennies, maybe nickels, dimes, and quarters, maybe their own little tabs. And then in the middle, we'll have some upgrades that the player is hopefully able to do. This will be like the middle column for the game. And then the right side, you're going to have a dollar sign, something like that. And this is where you're going to be able to see all your money. And here, I don't know, we have some empty space. Maybe we'll try and think of something. So that's what we got so far in Miro. Let's go through Unity now and go through what we were just looking at basically. So hopefully, let me move this over for vertical people. Oh, I just ruined it for vertical people. There, you can kind of see it. I don't know. Chat's really kind of overpowering vertical right now, but if you're in vertical, thank you. And if you're in horizontal, thanks for coming in. Let's go over what we've all done in Unity right now to catch everybody up. And I see Strongman using NSL power, just see his balance, 180, geez. And welcome, Kira. Welcome for day 3. I think you're 3 for 3 right now. And Strongman. And a lot of you other people are coming here, 3 for 3 as well. Solitary, we'll see if he comes in. He's 2 for 3, so maybe he'll be in. But in Unity, basically right now we just have a scene view, game view. We have our coins that we made in Aseprite. So I guess maybe I could load Aseprite up real quick to kind of show you guys that. So I'm going to load up Aseprite. And we're going to go open file. Where is... Do we want to open up this one? All right. So this is the heads. Very easy prototype. And since I'm here, maybe I'll fix that. Actually, maybe that didn't fix it, but I'll do it later. But we made a heads. Short little coin. We don't want to spend too much time on it. We wanted to get the logic done first. Then we're going to do file, open, and maybe you can see the tails side. What do we got? Tails side, penny, Aseprite. So we made a tails. We need to think about this because right now, one of the issues is it should have been like this in the first 2 streams too. I've been dethroned. Kira, I know I do. You do need to get some extra points because you have been here, so you deserve some. So you should be, if not first. But anyways, this is the coin that we made for tails. Basic, I know, very basic. But one of the issues that we're currently having is when we flip the coin, both sides are tails. Because I learned that when you flip a tails, or I guess flip like a sprite in a 2D game, it's the same thing. So to kind of showcase that, we got this coin, and make sure you guys can see it. Yep. I'm just going to flip the rotation on the Y, and you'll see that it's heads. We're going nice and slow. You can see it's heads on both sides. So that's an issue because we need to determine, right? We need to show if it landed on heads or tails. So we'll have to figure that out. I don't know. Do we just use a 3D coin instead of a 2D coin? Because in a 3D, you can have a heads and a tails. Or do we do some logic where we flip it to the tails coin midway or something? I don't know. That's kind of weird. I feel like that's just extra performance we don't really need. Animate it frame by hand. Kira, we got 14 days to do this, not 14 years. But those are the coins we made. Then we got some logic. Let's go through the logic. Right now we just have a coin script. Coin flip. This is where we're getting our coin flip rewards or results, I guess. Don't worry about the names and all that stuff right now because it's not the best. We're kind of just prototyping, so it's kind of a mess. But you guys can see the script now. Can I scroll down and you can still see the bottom? Perfect. So right now we just have a basic coin flip script. Then we're getting the animator component. And then this is the flip trigger is the animation that we're playing. So after we look at the script, we'll go back into Unity so you can see that animation. And then we're getting the animator component when we load the script into memory. And if it's null, we're going to throw in a debug message. Probably don't need this anymore. We were just testing. But called by the button. This is a click event that we have signed in our flip coins button on the Unity canvas so that whenever we hit the button, it runs this code. So it's going to do this trigger, which that's something I learned yesterday to make a trigger parameter in the animator. Kind of confusing, but we'll jump into that here. Let's go back to the middle screen. Okay, we're back into Unity, and I'm going to move my camera so that you can actually see what, because the animator is going to be up on your top left. So animator, boom. This is the trigger, flip trigger. We're basically calling this. Let's just go into game view, test it out. Watch it load for 30 seconds. All right. Oof, bad drink. Okay, so every time we hit flip coins, it's going to play this animation. And if you look at, is it going to do it? Darn, I was hoping it would do something like a cool animation. Maybe I'm not zoomed in enough. Darn, I was hoping it would get that little line across that kind of tells you how close you are to being done with the animation. It was doing that yesterday, so maybe there's something I just need a auto live link. What does that mean? Let's just click it, see what happens. Auto live. Nope, I don't know. I also learned if you hit A, I was just reading the animator documentation. If you hit the A key, for example, if I'm way over here and you're inside your animator and hit the A key, it resizes all your nodes into the scene. So even if you do this and hit A again, it's going to do that. So the more you know, I didn't know that. If you just hit A, it resizes all your nodes in a nice order. But then you're thinking, what if you have one over here? I don't know, let's test it out real time. My nodes are whack. If this is what yours look like, you're probably an expert. Like, this looks good, right? But if you hit A, darn, it didn't format them, but that's okay. Maybe there's a key to like automatically format them. I don't know. If there is, I want to figure it out because that would be very helpful. I see a lot of people, I was watching some tutorials, they don't have these lines on their animations. They kind of just have them all lined up and then they just use code to call them. So that might be what we do. So I kind of want to catch up on the chat. But you'll see when we do this flip coins, it's calling that animation that we made. If you want to see that animation, it's really basic. We're just going to select our coin and you can see these keyframes. So you'll see these keyframes. Just going to call that for now on. But this is in, so we got 60 frames per second. That's 60 samples per second. That's what this little one up here, it's probably small, maybe. I don't know. It's probably hard to see for some people. But basically, we're just changing the coin rotation on the Y at these different time points. So we have, I guess now it's there. So it's incrementing, it looks like. Can I not flip it since we're in the animator? What if I have to click on the... I probably broke something. Let me go back. Maybe that breaks it when you're trying to change the animation mid-game view, because now it works. Oh, sweet. This is what I was trying to show you guys earlier. Whenever we hit flip coins, it's calling that set trigger, and then it does the animation. So, yeah. Fun thing, right? Cool. I think this is already looking better than GTA 6, right? I don't need a team of 1,000 people. I can just make this, right? All right, I'm going to catch up on chat real quick. Staring at everybody's souls and holy, I don't know where to... Hey, Solitary, welcome. Welcome, I saw your message. Holy. Yeesh, I need a... New messages. Shoot. Guys, you're going to hurt my finger. I can't scroll up. Linux. What do we got? Welcome, Kira. No, NSL Power. Okay. I think I was reading this. So Linux, hey, welcome back to the stream. Let's go. When are you starting the live tomorrow? Oh, wait, maybe that was yesterday. Okay, no, yep, this was yesterday. I still have the chat. I should have cleared this. Here we go. Here we go. So, yes, like that. Strongman. Bajorn, hi. Hey, Bajorn. Hopefully I said that right. That's a cool name. It's like a Viking name in a way, right? Strongman. Bro, I got a warning for telling Patrick and Kira to hop on the stream. You got a warning from the NSL bot? That's funny. All right, Solitary. I can just say I can't watch it. Solitary, no, you have to watch it. It's a rule if you're in the Discord. You have to watch every single millisecond of the live stream. So why is not clear now? AM. Well, what do you mean? Maybe you said more down before or later in the chat. Strongman. Dang, you guys are getting that NSL power. I think, so how that breaks down is in your first chat, if you just send a random chat in the chat, you get 10 points. And then, I don't know if that refreshes every so often, but every time you're watching the stream, you get 1 point. So basically, Strongman, you've watched this for almost 3 hours. That's crazy. That's awesome. Thank you for the support. So I didn't get the notification. It's probably because I literally just was like, all right, we got to do this stream for the day. And it's like, got to schedule it out. So in less than 10 minutes, I had the stream set up, ready to go, got the light on in the back, got the other light that you can't really see. I don't know. Can I change this? Probably not. I mean, it's going to be very complicated if I do that. Actually, I could. Do I do it though? Oh, I probably shouldn't. I probably shouldn't do that live. Mess everything up live and then just have to fix this for the rest of the time. All right, let's see what else we got. It should have been like this for 2 streams too. Yep, we fixed it. Viren, sub, welcome to the stream. TZ, M3 again. Yo again. Yes, this is Unity. This is Unity version 6.0. So whenever Unity 7 comes out, I want to have some fun with it. So maybe we'll do another live stream or something like that. All right. I think we're all caught up on the chat. So thank you guys, everyone who's joining the stream. You guys are awesome. So let's try and fix some bugs. So let's, the very fun part of fixing things. I think the first thing we should do is keep working on our logic from yesterday of giving rewards. Because I think a good goal for this stream would be to, if it lands on heads, it increments this number here in this top right. Make sure you guys can see that. That's kind of in the way. But let me move my head back there. Do you guys prefer... I could change my Unity layout a little bit. I don't know. Let me know if you want something different for the stream layout. But what software is this? This is Unity. So we're using Unity, Asaprite for the 2D assets, and then Visual Studio Code for the IDE. But now like what I was saying, whenever we flip coins, get heads, we want this to increment by 0.01. So let's jump into this coin flip screen, coin flip, whatever, result, whatever I called it. It's bad. And we're jumping over to the right side. Since we're on the right side, this is where the code is. I'm going to move the chat over here on the right side. And my head, I just want to face the side of the video. Like put my person in timeout. And why is this so bad? There, that's a little bit. There, I fixed chat. Okay, that's perfect. So this is the inside scoop of what logic we're doing here. So this is being called at the start, I guess, because we wanted to test it and get a console log. Just put random anime edits in the corner of the screen. Yes, just put random anime edits. We could do that. We could. I don't know. Send me a list and I'll think about it. In the Discord or something. I don't know. Just have them pop up randomly. Whenever someone likes the stream, it's going to throw up a random anime. Maybe. That'd be funny. But this is the script. Coin flip result. We're testing it, so we just want to start it immediately. That's why I have it public void start. Then as soon as we hit play, it's going to assign a random integer from 1 to 100. Don't really need this comment. I've always read and heard you shouldn't have comments in your code, because if you have comments in your code, then maybe you have terrible names like I do right now and you need to refactor. But you have if result is less than or equal to 50, the result was heads. And this is where we're going to play the heads animation, and as well as maybe we'll make a method to add 1 to the score. Or what we could do, and this is something I haven't really worked with much, make a scriptable object, because then in that scriptable object, we could assign a value to that object. And then we would probably just have some multiplier so that we could have the base value of that times the multiplier and then add that to the money. I don't know. Maybe that's how we're going to do it. I just thought about that in 5 seconds, so I could be completely wrong. If it is, let me know. Else, if it is higher than 50, it's tails. And we've tested this a few times. Since we have a few more people that are new in the stream, we'll just go ahead and test that now. We're back into Unity, and I'm going to play it, and we're going to see what the console number is. Come on, I didn't change anything. It shouldn't take this long. All right, any day now, right? So this result was heads, and the number was 30. So that's heads. Let's go ahead and just restart this. Play it again. You know, we probably don't need to reload the domain and seed. So let's go into our edit. Oh, wait, is it file, project settings? It's edit, project settings. And then is it editor, reload domain and seed? I'm just going to take this off so it's a lot quicker. This is just when entering play mode. We don't want to reload the domain or scene because we're not doing anything complex. So I'll just hit play and it does it automatically. You'll see that it's tails now. It's very small. Can I zoom in my console? No, I can't. But basically, there it is. It's tails 90. So we know that logic is working. So what should we do first? We should... Let's do... We're not going to make the animations yet. But let's just code out as if we were making the animations. So let's jump back into the right screen so we can actually see the code again. Bro, my script won't work. I'm going to freak out. Are you trying to make that flashlight again? I know you were talking about that yesterday. So I guess let's keep these debug.log. And then we're going to do... How do we want to play the animation? Just play... debug.log plays heads animation. Boom. Yep. And then we want the semicolon. What's going on? Else. Oh. What do you not like? Invalid expression else. Oh. What? I'm so confused. Else. Did I break something? I'm gonna go back. What did I... Else. Oh, geez. Oh, I should have copied that. Let's do Control Y. Get that all back. Well. All right, that's okay. We'll just retype it. Debug.log. And then let's just say play heads animation. Why are you thrown in air? That makes no sense. I'm making a silly mistake. Else cannot start a message. Can I do this? And should I do this? Let's do that. This is why you should probably always use code blocks in your conditional statements. Hey, Linux, you beat me to it. Let's read the chat again real quick. So every time he activates the flashlight, the entire game nukes itself. Oh, that's a powerful flashlight you got there, strong man. How's day 3 going so far? Well, we just started. So we just did a quick run through of what we've all been working on so far. And now we're going to be working through the animations, or not really the animations, but the logic to play the heads and tails animations, as well as give money to the player. So we have a debug.log, play heads animation. I don't want to type too much, so I'm going to do this and then just change. Call reward method to add points. And then else, if it's tails, we're going to be doing this logic. So debug.log, play tails animation. Perfect. Let's go into the middle screen, play it a few times just so we can actually see what's happening. It's going to compile because we made some changes to the script. While it reads the scripts, I am going to read the chat. So it's been interesting. It has been. We've had some struggles day 2, but we got it working. It was a huge pain in the butt to learn how to play this animation for whenever we hit the flip coins. But that's because we didn't have this parameter trigger, which one thing that's also nice about this trigger, you're probably wondering, what do you mean by trigger? Well, there's different options for these parameters. Wow, my head, big old head's in the way. Let me move it so you can't see it. Unless you're in shorts, then you can see it. But up on the top, you have these 4 options when you make a parameter in your animator. So animator, this is where we're at. Hit A if you want to resize it all. Go to your, the default screen is going to be the layers. But if you click this little parameters button here, then you can make parameters. So you can do float, int, bool, trigger. I haven't made a float, int, or bool, but I made trigger. And I was reading up on it. And if you use trigger, it automatically resets itself after you're done calling it. So that's what's nice about trigger. So whenever I hit flip coins, it resets itself, which is nice. So I'm assuming bool won't reset itself unless you do another thing or something to unset it. For example, if you don't want to jump, you're probably going to have that set as bool maybe. I don't know. But let's play it a few times. So this is tails, and it's going to play the tails animation because we got the score of 92. Play it again real quick. Heads. We're playing the heads animation. Call rewards method to add points and 2. All right, so everything's working, which should be because our original debug.log message was working. So let's jump back in. Which side should we do first, chat? Should we do the heads side or should we do the tails side? I'll let you guys decide. So hey, Clippy, welcome to the stream. And you don't need the code blocks if it's just one statement. But knowing me, I'm going to add another statement and completely destroy the whole code. So I think maybe I'll just do code blocks every single time. I should have had it. But I'm doing web dev now. Yes. Hey, nice. What are you making? Every heads gains. Jeez. What kind of coin do you know that gives you... Well, I can't even count the zeros on that. Is that trillions? Or no, that's billions, isn't it? 1, 2... I can't count that many zeros. Millions. Billions. That's $1 trillion. If you flipped like 50 coins, the US would not have any debt. That's insane. So the title said I can't talk. Game challenge. It's a challenge that I just kind of made up. I made a video a few days ago kind of highlighting the challenge of I wanted to make some very, very quick progress in game development. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make my own challenge with a small scope. And this is it so far. So self-made challenge. No, I didn't join any game jam, but maybe in the future. I thought about it being fun for you guys to also be in the game jam, and then we're all just coding together, helping each other out. I think that's an ideal we'll do for the future. So if you want to do that, feel free to subscribe or join the Discord, whatever you want to do, completely up to you. Or just search up my Discord, or not Discord, but my channel every single second of the day so you don't miss out. That sounds like a good plan. Play once and the game will choose itself on that side. Yep. I saw a website for nearby diner and it's absolute trash, so I had to do something. Well, I hope you make it. You got it. 1 trillion. Okay, let's just go ahead and make the tails animation. Because that is less parts. It should be a little bit easier. Hey, web core. Oh, that's cool. Man, I only took 1 semester of coding. I regret not following through with it. I took coding in college as well. And it's hard to learn it when you're in college. Because when you're doing coding, I think it's better to learn on your own projects, not something that's kind of scripted, as code this. Like, make Flappy Bird. That way, you feel like twice as good when you make something instead of just make an assignment and it's like, oh, great, I did the assignment. But if you're like, ooh, I want to make Flappy Bird, and then you make Flappy Bird, you're probably going to feel way better. I don't know. Just my words. Doesn't mean it's this. Hey, Plays, what's up? Welcome to the stream. All right, so let's jump into the right side. Let's get you guys some visuals. Oh, we're already in the code. Okay, it's perfect. So we're going to do the head side. So we got debug.log heads. And then actually, let's get outside of this if statement. I like these lines. It makes it so much easier to read. And we're going to get outside of this start method. We're going to make our own little private void. That's a new one. What should we call this? Even though I'll have to refactor it later. Give money after flip. That's not bad. I mean, that's descriptive. Probably need some code blocks before I put some semicolons. That'd probably be a good idea. Give money after flip. So let's just make sure we can actually call this 1 step at a time. Get those little tiny wins when you're coding. Make you feel like you're not terrible at coding. Even though I am, but that's a story for another day. So I'm just going to copy this and we're going to play it every time we get heads. So boom. And it would be cool if we could pass in some parameters. So maybe I'll put in some arguments. Oh, what's the difference again? I know there's a difference between arguments. I think parameters is, and correct me if I'm wrong, if we were having like string coin, these would be the parameters. And then if we were calling this method, we would be passing arguments to this method. So I think that's the correct logic. Now this is erroring out because I made some parameters. Okay, yeah, this is right because it's literally saying parameter, string coin. You want to make sure you specify the type as well. So if you want to do int, you can do int. Cool. Now you guys are experts. We're not going to do anything crazy. So I'm just going to do give money after flip. And we're going to do give money after flip. There we go. So we have that. And then I probably shouldn't have play heads animation. There we go. Let's keep that in there. Jumping back over to the Unity side. Man, I feel bad for the horizontal people because my stuff is all over the place, but that's game development for you, right? So I'm going to play it, and hopefully we can play this little debug.log message, which is give money after flip. Give money after flip. Hey, so we know that method is being called by the result or whatever in our start method. Nice. So this is going to be a fun part. We're trying to now add different. Now we're going to try and add a value to this number. I don't know how to do that. So let's go into the hierarchy, game view main, and we have this money panel with the player money. How do I change this? It looks like it has to be a string. So I'm guessing, can we just concat or something, or just change the value of player underscore money? So, because this is a text element, right? Yeah, text mesh pro text. So we have that component. Can I do the, all right, I'm gonna hit this little question mark here. I can go into the text mesh pro documentation. Okay, guys, now we're gonna lose everybody here because we're going into documentation. So thank you all for joining the stream. So here we go. Documentation, fun, most exciting stuff, right? It's better than Fortnite. Woo. So what do we need to do? This does not have nothing in here. And this is like not what we want at all. Shaders, color gradients, creating text. Maybe this is what we need. UI text game elements. Rect transform, text mesh pro, GUI script. You contains the text to display. Okay, we might be getting somewhere. I know, Strongman, I'm sorry. Documentation. And the background is white, so I'm burning everybody's eyes in this stream. I'm sorry. So, contains the text to display and the properties that control its appearance. So the game that we're making is a simple idle clicker game. So these properties are described below. I'm going to click below. Sorry, that page seems to be missing. Perfect. All right, that's exactly what we needed. Now that we have our answer, we can go back into Unity. What do we got? Maybe it's somewhere down here. Looking for code. If it's not in here, actually has a lot of information. I kind of just want to read it for fun, but I don't want to bore you guys to death, so I'm going to do that later. So that's not anything what we wanted. So I'm going to do a quick switch back to Unity, find a good resource, and we'll go over it. So let's find a good resource. So using code in my C# script, because this is C#, Unity uses C#, Unreal Engine uses like C++. Godot, what does Godot use? Is it GScript? I think it's called. Using code in my C# script. How do I change the what do you technically call this? Text Mesh Pro text input? I guess. Text on my text mesh pro dash text element. It's not really element, it's component in Unity. All right, here we go. Fortnite can't compare to your game. I know. One day we'll get there, right? One day we'll be as good as Fortnite. Oh, Kira, what'd you do? I can get footage of my game. You lied. It's text name.text. Oh, okay. Text name.text. So do we have to do anything specific to that? Like, do we have to, because text name.text, do you have to get the game object? So maybe we just have to do like a string reference, maybe? Or if we do a serialized field, maybe we can just drag in the player monkey. Is that player? Oh, player money, not player monkey. Maybe we can just drag that in, maybe, and then get the text name.text. Maybe, I don't know. So let's just send it. All right. That's Discord. That's not Visual Studio Code. You guys, should we put a link? I need a command to just show what the Discord invite is. And hey, M4 Ron, welcome to the stream. What we're making is a simple idle clicking game. So this is day 3 of the challenge, self-made challenge. So thanks for joining. All right, so let's jump into the right side of the screen. Abuka is, hopefully I said that right. Let me know if I'm not. I want to make sure I'm saying that right. But text name dot text equals then reference the text mesh pro GUI text name from the script of that. Makes sense. I think it does for the most part. Hopefully. Let me get the learn list out because fun fact, after we're done with this challenge, I got a learn list that I'm making on the side. So I'm going to be making a video on basically everything that we learned in this challenge. If you guys want to see that, definitely feel free to subscribe or look at the channel every 10 seconds. I'm going to have a lot of gold in that information. So this is not Unity. This is the documentation. There we go. Let me get that learn list up real quick. So videos, 14 days, and scroll down because this is probably going to be something I add so that you can literally get like hundreds of tips in a video that might save your life. Hopefully not. That's kind of drastic. Okay, so we need text name dot text. I know that since we're using Text Mesh Pro, we need to do using TM Pro. We need to use that namespace. Otherwise, whatever methods we use here aren't going to work. Kira backflip, do it. Do a backflip. Okay, so get money after flip. We have this debug.log message. I'm just going to keep it there, make sure that we're still calling it. And money text game object. It is recommending game object money text object equals game object dot find money text. We could probably do that, but I think that's a lot of resources having to find that every single time you want to change the money, especially if you're doing that hundreds of times a second. So what if we create a field up here? And I don't know if we can assign it, but let's just try it. Let's make a serialized field, private text mesh GUI result text. I don't want result text. I want it to just be no player money text. That's very descriptive. So now in our player money text, let's actually just save this and see if I can assign that text mesh pro GUI. Is it going to be text? Maybe I have to use it by something else. I don't know. We'll see. So back to the middle screen. Here we go. Hit play button here. All right. Wait, why did I hit play? We don't even need to play it. What we need to do is go into the script and where's the script? Coin flip. Oh, wait. Where's it assigned? Where's this? Is that flip button? Oh, we don't have assigned it to anywhere. Oh, wait, here it is. Player money text. We need the text mesh pro UGUI. So can I just drag this over? Darn. That's not going to work. Backflip, same. I totally understand what's going on. Totally. So why can't I assign my text here? That's the first issue. Is it because we need to do... Has to be assigned somewhere. Hey, Dan, welcome, Dan. Is it text? Do we need to make like a text? I'm going to go back into the thing here. So hopefully I'm not in the way of anything. I don't think I am. Does it just have to be like a different type to assign this? How do we get the type? Properties, does that show us what it is? Text Mesh Pro text. I mean, that's literally what it is. Oh, hey, Dan. Gotcha. Okay, it was still purple. So sounds familiar. Text Mesh Pro. Is it just Text Mesh Pro? Oop. Let's see if that works. I'm gonna just jump over into Unity real fast so I won't change the screen. Kara, you be nice. I don't know why I keep playing it. Dan is actually helping me. This is amazing because I'm very bad at code. but like you have to assign the script to a game object before you can drag the Text Mesh Pro as a reference. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Then let's Text Mesh Pro UGUI. You guys are still in the script, right? Okay. So let's slide right back into Unity. You know what I need? I need a water machine right to the right of me. Actually, that's probably not a good idea because the stream would probably be like 20 seconds. So we added the Text Mesh Pro UGUI. Now, what I believe Dan is saying is this coin flip result. We need to just attach this to our coin prefab. So this guy here, because oh, it is. So player money text. Oh, maybe I was dragging it at the wrong place. Darn, player money text. Why? Is it money panel? No. I like how our coin is that, but it just looks weird. I'm gonna go back to the scene view just because. Yeah, I think I understood you. Text Mesh Pro UGUI. Oh, so why wasn't it letting me drag? So, but I can click it from here. Player money. Type mismatch. What? Text Mesh Pro GUI. What type is that? Just Text Mesh Pro. This is Text Mesh Pro, right? Text Mesh Pro. Player money. Yeah, Text Mesh Pro. Weird. Coin flip result, player money text. You can only assign 2 prefabs on creation. Ah, so I can't do it beforehand. So if this wasn't... So basically, I think I see what you're saying. If we just made a 2D object, it could be anything, a square. And then we assign this script to the coin flip script to here. Then you have the coin flip result. Then you can assign it through here. Ah, holy smokes, that's a learn. That's on the learning list. Thank you, Dan. Gonna put your name in parentheses for that helpful tip. So you can't pre-assign, I guess. I don't want to say things. I don't like saying things. So you can't pre-assign game objects to serialized fields to prefabs till you instantiate them, I guess. Instantiate them. You can on non-prefabs, though. That's awesome. The more you know. So thank you, Dan. Thank you. I think Dan has done this before. Dan is going to do the whole challenge for us. Just kidding. We're trying to learn here. But Dan has already came out with a very good tip. So it works, but now I got to get it to work with our prefab. So that's another fun, tricky part because we have our prefab here. Let me make sure I'm sharing the right screen, which I am. Perfect. Prefabs, coin. And we have some stuff. So how do we assign it after? I think that's going to be in... Hey, Rumble Road Music. Hello, welcome. We're making a simple coin flip idle game. So hope you guys enjoy. Strongman's like, huh? I know, that's me too. So how to assign a script? Maybe I'm going to do a quick Google search here. Let's see. All right. All right. I have a doubt, bro. What do you mean? What do you mean? You don't think we're going to be able to make this challenge? We can do this. We got the power of YouTube right behind us, right? So And is it really a fail no matter what happens? We're learning already so much here. So that could technically be a win. All right, let's see. How do I... You know what? I'm just going to go in here. All right, I'm gonna change over to the right side of the screen. We just got our handy, I'm just gonna use GitHub Copilot, not gonna use it to make the stuff. So it's just on ask mode, just for research, so that you guys can see the code and our research questions as well. We're not gonna have AI do the work, we're just gonna use it to research here. How can I change the, or how do I assign a script to a prefab when I assign a text mesh pro game object to the prefab? I am unable to, but I can assign the text and pro non-prefab. Provide me an example, and didn't really need that comma, but we'll keep it. And explain in depth to beginner. All right, hey Clippy, welcome back. We are waiting for our assistant here to help give us an example, as well as do some research that's specifically catered to what we're trying to do here. But basically the question is how to assign a script to a prefab. Strongman, huh? Need a sound clip. Every time someone says huh, it says huh. Currently, Rumble is currently pursuing a Java full stack course. Is there any company like where Java skills required and they are hiring? I don't know. I know the job market, I've been seeing a ton of YouTube videos out there that it's not the best right now, but that could just be because of AI and all that fun stuff. Maybe it's just a temporary time because they think, oh, AI is going to replace everything. So maybe they're putting a freeze on hiring potentially. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So I wish I knew the future, but I would, definitely make projects, and that'll help build up your resume. And then back in a corpo. How to assign a script to a prefab. So first, assigning a script, select your prefab in the project window and have the hierarchy, drag your script. We can't do that. So GitHub, you're already failing us here. Thank you. Yeah, you bet. The script will now be attached to the prefab. No. Okay, oh. Okay, actually, yes. You can assign a script, but we're having troubles assigning the TextMesh Pro. So assigning a reference. Okay, in this case, it's TextMesh Pro. Direct assignment and expector for your prefab needs a reference to another game object like a TextMesh Pro UGUI in a scene. You cannot drag a scene object, I guess that's what we're doing here, so that's probably why it's not working. So to be clear, when a prefab is not part of your, not part of the sample scene, it can't have references assigned, but it is referenced, so can be assigned. It should be clear when a prefab is not part of the sample scene, it can have references assigned, but references can be assigned. So if we didn't have it in the scene, we could potentially do it. Like, can I do it here? Maybe. So direct assignment, prefabs exist in the project, not the scene, so you can't reference scene object directly. Why prefabs are templates? Scene objects can only exist when the scene is running. So this is an example that it's giving us here. Let's make this a little bit bigger. How does this look for you guys? I think that looks good for the most part. My head's kind of in the way, but there you go. Unity Engine namespace, TextMesh Pro namespace. It's in a public class, coin flip result, inheriting from mono behavior. Then we got a field here for serialized field, private TextMesh Pro, player monkey text, which is kind of what we have here. I keep saying player monkey. It's player money. What? Oh, okay. Maybe public void set player money text, and then you have this TextMesh Pro GUI text. Player monkey text equals, I just said it again. Player money text. So add monkey money. At this point, I might as well. So this is kind of like what we already have in this example. Private TextMesh Pro GUI, player money monkey. Yeah, hey, I said it right. And then I said it wrong. It's because a player is a monkey. It's an Easter egg. You guys shouldn't know that yet. When you instantiate the prefab. Public. Oh, wow. Already getting to game manager stuff? All right. This is getting fun. You have public class game manager. Then you have the game object with the coin flip prefab, private TextMesh Pro. That. All right. Scripts can be attached. Scene references like cannot be assigned to prefabs in the project window or property after instantiating. So let's just do a scene reference at the runtime. And then we could do like a null reference exception as well, just to check and see if that's there. Nice. Good thing about the chats is they should be merged. So if you're in the horizontal or if you're in the shorts, no matter what, you should be able to talk to anybody. So, or maybe not. Maybe it just shows up on the screen. I don't know. We'll see. Welcome. Hi, strong man. No, I don't want this, but no, but give another example just so we can kind of double check things here. So here's an example. Suppose you have a prefab called coin flip result prefab with the coin flip result script. Okay, this is kind of similar to what we're doing. Then you display the result in a UI TextMesh Pro GUI element in your scene. Private TextMesh result text. Oop. Assign the reference when instantiating. I don't think we're instantiating, are we? I don't know. All that gets confusing to me. Instantiating stuff. All right, well, let's just send it. See what happens here. So give money after flip. We need to do player prefs dot. No, it's not gonna be player prefs. We don't even have player prefs. So let's just get rid of this. There we go. Just a paper bag. What do you mean? Player money text dot text. So do we have to do like a public void awake maybe? To like get a reference to that? Like if we get the game object. So let's do a, I'm just gonna make it public for now. Public void awake. That way it happens before we do start. Before we cause any issues. And then this is going to first grab player underscore money component. I guess let's call it UI component. And then game object.find. I don't really like doing it by string reference. But for this case, I guess we'll do it. So, yep, we have the type TextMesh Pro GUI, and then we have the variable. equals GameObject.find. We're trying to find the player underscore money. That's what it's called in Unity in the hierarchy. And then we're going to get the component on that game object, which is the TextMesh Pro GUI. Okay, so now that we've instantiated, I don't think that's the right word. Reference that, I guess. That's the right term here. Then maybe we can do, yeah, I don't want the comments there. So I'll just do player. Okay, fine. I'll just do that. And why does not exist player money text? Player money text. It is public. What if I do public? What does that mean? No. I don't want you to go crazy. Just want to see what the error is. What is the view problem? The name player money text does not exist in the current context. So do we have to do that here then? Let's just add it here for now. So I'm going to comment this out. And then we'll do... because then it's in the context. So it's more resources because now we have to do this get component every single time. But let's just do 0.01. Oh, that's negative. 0.01. I'm here to crack jokes. I think the term you're looking for is initialized. Okay, so it is initialized. Yeah. You have to make a public player money text. Public player. Oh, so it has to be a field. So you're saying if I do this and then we should be good. Oh, okay, cool. Dan coming in clutch again. So in awake. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do it in the awake, just so it looks better. Public. Oh. Public. Oh. Darn, I messed something up. Let's fix this. Oh, is it because I had public in there? Become one of us. One of us. One of us. All right. I'm going to come back to this. For now, I am just going to put it in here just to test it, make sure it works. So every time it should increment it by 0.01. But that's just going to set the text equal to 0.01. So what we need to do is get the value and then just add whatever value is to that, right? So we want to do... let's see, in the text, if we want to add 1, it's confusing because we have to make it a string and it's not an int. So I know, right? I agree, Cubics, but I'm just testing it out for now. I do want to make it something different. So what do you recommend instead? There, scroll up in the, make sure I didn't miss anybody in the chat. Okay. So yeah, don't use GameObject.find. It's bad practice. I agree. And just make a reference to the game object. But that is airing out. When we do this, then it isn't in the context. Do I just have to do... no, because that wouldn't be there. All right, we'll just test it real quick. See if it works. We want it to be changing to 0.01. So I'm going to jump back into the middle screen here. Let's go back so I can scroll. Yes, there we go. Right now, we're trying to make it so the player can get money if it's heads. So we're in Unity right now. This chat is crazy, so I'm going to move it back over here. Okay. It's going to compile the scripts here. I was talking more. All right, come on. What we want this to be... Oh, we're not even going to add a $sign. Oops. Come on. Hurry up. 30 seconds. Okay, so if we do play... Okay. Not what we wanted. But it all did is just add a new line. Oh, that's because I did this plus sign, maybe. So let's do that. And I'm just going to save it. All right, let's try it again. See if it removes this text and just completely assigns it to 0.01. Hey, okay, we're getting somewhere. That means it should have been heads. Did it run twice? Why did it run twice? Maybe I just didn't clear it. Let's try it again. Heads. Okay. Play heads animation. Get money after flip. 21:33. Why do I have debug.log result twice? Let's see. Where is it doing that? Get money after flip. Weird. All right. Not sure why it's playing twice, but that's interesting. We got a box. You guys are going to be boxing in the comments. All right. So at least that works. Now what I would like to do is make it so that it increments. So we're going to go right screen here again. And I just want to ask another research question here is, what's the best way to increment a value that is... I mean, can you have ints in your text input? I don't think so, because that's strings, right? So what's the best way to increment a value? Best way to increment a value that is... I've never done this specific part. That is a string that we need to do math on. I mean, you could do some things and then have to convert it back. Do some math on. I guess I probably could have made that better. Okay, so that's what I was doing with 1. So the plus equals, and then 0.01. Float. Dot parse. ToString. Okay, so that's what I was thinking I'd have to use ToString. Yep, I wouldn't want to do int. I was originally thinking int, but yeah, it's decimal, so float. I was thinking of 1 and not 0.01. Player money text equals int name. So, hey, let's see. Missing out on some of the chat. So, Kira's number 2. Kira, you probably should be number 1 because you stayed like 3 hours yesterday. Let's see, TextMesh Pro. Parse the current value. Float current money equals true. I could do player money text.text and do money text equal. Okay, yeah, Dan, you beat me to it. Yeah, you pretty much are. So You probably should have like over 200. Maybe 300. All right. So let's go ahead and do what Dan was suggesting as well. So I'll keep that at there. Let's just do a header and do our math. Pretty much, yeah. Make it a variable, and then float, and then current money plus equals 0.01f, and then convert back to string. Yeah. Okay. With toString. Okay. I think at least it makes sense. Let's try and code it out now. See if it still makes sense. Get some water first. Let me make sure everything is up still. Okay, there we go. Awesome. Everything is still up. Let's see. Your phone died? Man. For honor. Okay. So player money equals dex equals... Oh, first we need to make a variable, right? So we should probably do that at the top, just for now, just to, for fun. And probably just have private int player money equals 0.1. No, not int. I'm going to do float. All right, float player monkey equals... I don't think I'm ever going to not stop saying that. All right. Player money text.text. You don't get the notifications for stream. Do you have the bell icon? This also was very short notice, so it probably also didn't send notifications. Okay, so I'm gonna do first. What do we name it? Player money. Just so I can easily tell the difference, I'm gonna do float player money. I know we got to refactor eventually, but let's build it out. And then cannot convert string to float. Float. Was it just float to float? Oops, spelling it wrong. Valid expression float. Yeah. How do you do that again? Is there a quick fix? What does that do? Explain. I don't want you to fix it, actually. I'm on Linux making the website. Ooh, so Linux. Nice. I don't have much experience with Linux, but it's amazing if you actually know Linux. I know it's good to know. All right, the error occurs because float is a type. Yeah, we know that. To convert a string to a float in C#, use float to parse. What's the difference between parse and try parse? So make sure contains a valid numeric string or use for safer conversion. I want to ask, what's the difference between and try parse? Debian, nice. I know in the past I've worked a little bit with Kali and Parrot and Cinnamon, and I guess Red Hat as well. And Ubuntu, I guess that's the more common one. Dan, you got to go for family prayers. All right. Well, thanks for tagging along in the stream, and thanks for all the amazing tips. So thank you, and hopefully see you next time. So thanks again for tuning in. I hope you have a good rest of your day or night. So float parse will try to convert a string to a float. Okay, if the string is not a valid number, it throws an exception and your code will crash. Okay. Oh, try parse just has like a exception built into it, I guess. Throwing an exception on failure. It returns false and sets the output to 0. Oof. Both issues, but kind of cool. I'm gonna make that a learn list. Kind of a cool thing. No. So float dot parse will throws an exception and the code will crash. If string is not a valid number, if string is not a valid number. So we probably don't want to be putting in these dollar signs because won't that mess up or cause an exception, right? Between float underscore dot parse and float dot try parse. I can't wait to make this video to kind of showcase every single thing we learned. I don't know how long it's going to be, but it'll be a fun video to make. Try parse returns a 0 if string to float conversion failed, basically. Failed. So cool. That's a cool tip to know. So as always, thanks for everybody tuning into this stream. It really helps a lot, and it's awesome being able to interact with other game developers, web developers, or anybody just who likes gaming or likes the channel. So thanks again for everything, and thanks for joining. So guys, where can I donate the 5 cents I have in my account? I don't even think we can accept tips because of how small this channel is in the eyes of YouTube still. I mean, this channel is still pretty small, but the best. Thanks for giving me the motivation. Sweet. Thank you. Means a lot. So doing what I can. Okay, now that we got that little fun learning tip out of the way, so float, let's do a float dot, I'm just going to do a try parse here. And why is this? No overload for method try parse takes 1 argument. What? Oh, so we probably can't have this dot text. So do we need to assign that to something? Should we just do let's see. What's the best way to do that? Oh man, this is gonna get real messy, but I'm just gonna see if this fixes it. So I'm gonna do private money equals, oops, I should probably put float money equals, should we just parse it in there? Is that gonna work if we do that? Does not exist in the current context. What? It did exist. Oh. So no overload for method takes 1 argument. Darn. Okay, I'll go back to the original thing I was gonna do. Finished all the menus. Nice. That's awesome. Float money equals float.tryparse. Float money text.text. What's the best way I could probably do this? What did I just do? Equals this. All right. I'm just going to give an example of how you could fix this. But only give a, are we in Unity or are we in the Visual? Okay, perfect. Only give an example and I will fix my own code. Explain and give an example All right, let's see what we can do here. Scroll down to the comments. There we go. Let's see, tries to convert. I'm just going to start from the top. You need to convert the string to a float. Obviously, that's what we're trying to do, which returns a Boolean for success and sets a value via an out parameter. Your current code is incorrect because you're trying to assign a string directly to a float. I know. And I'm using try parse incorrectly. Here, I'm going to just zoom out once and then hopefully that isn't too small for you guys. I know for vertical, it's probably harder to see. But good thing for vertical, you're able to zoom in. All right. So get money. So float money. If float, try parse. You need an out money? What? Interesting. So here we go. Tries to convert the string to a float. If successful, money contains a value and you can use it. How could it be successful? If not, you can handle the error, log a warning. What is... On the method to assign a out keyword in C# uses to pass an argument to a method by reference, allowing the method to assign a value to that variable. Okay, with float.tryParse out, lets the method store the parse float value in the variable if the conversion succeeds. A lot of big words there, jeesh. Okay, I'll try using one of these out methods. So that was float money equals, so I think first we have to actually make the variable. And then money equals W. I mean, wasn't there like a conditional statement? What if I just do... What is that? You need to... Oh, geesh. That's not... All right, can I please we convert? All right, I'm actually kind of just curious what it made. I need to parse the string to a float, which I know. So I was trying to do this. Interesting. Okay. All right, so money. I could probably change this a little bit. And we could do if... Oops. All right, let's see what the issue is here. Am I doing it bad again? Oh, I don't need money, I don't think. So I think, that, yeah, that's just saying if it's true out money. And let's see, I think you're done with the site now. Sweet. Awesome. That was pretty fast. So Chimera, hey, thank you for the kind words. Also, I see that's your first words. Nice. Welcome to the stream. No overload. What happens if I do? Okay, explain. That's what I wanted. I don't want it to do the work. I want it to help me understand it. Oh, I see. This darn parentheses. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. So I just... Yeah, because that would have ended the little conditional parameters or checking. Kira, you're locked in. Okay, yeah, and then float player. Okay, yeah, and then this would equal the variable. Man, I can't wait to refactor this code. It needs it so bad. But I don't think we need to do this now because we're doing it in this try parse, and then we're outing the money. So that explains it, because we were messing up the arguments. So that does help. So if text out money, float money equals money. So now it should be a float. So we could do float. We probably could have just made this a method where it converts it from a float and then kind of back to a string. Float player money would then have to be... Could I just do plus equals... Let's just see if this works. If I do plus equals 0.01f, oh, that'd be 10 cents. So 0.01f with that. Okay. And then you would have to do toString. Your player money text equals float player money toString f2 because we want it 2 decimal places. Okay, that's what I would have wrote. All right, so now let's see if this actually works here. Wait, I think we need to add a $sign. So this was going to equal... What's an easy way to do it? Can I just do a little string interpolation or something? Oh, I was using the wrong thing. Float to string. File expression term. Oh, that's what the issues was? Okay, interesting. Okay, explain this. What did I do? It's something small. Usually I don't do it this way. It's oxidized. It's oxidized again. Solitary. I was supposed to sleep ages ago, but I didn't. I found your stream while scrolling. Got to keep my volume down, though, so hopefully I can enjoy the stream. Welcome to the stream. Incorrect string interpolation. I know. I know it's wrong. Replace... Interpolate variables into strings. Oh, so you got to have these parentheses before, or double quotes. Okay. That I've never really done it that way. Interesting. I guess it's because of these two little things. Interpolate variables into strings. Make this a brief learning tip. He's in the short stream. Hey, short stream is awesome. Horizontal might be a little bit better because you're able to see a lot more. Perfect. I like this. All right, I'm going to add this to our learning tip. Boom. And this will be a good example. Okay. So string interpolation in C# with a $sign. I'm pretty sure you don't always need the double quotes. What do you not need the double quotes? You don't need the double quotes when you're working with numeric values. Okay, so that, yeah, because that's usually what I'm doing. Without the quotes. Example. Oh, okay. I guess you always need these. Okay. Actually, what if I do this? And I wanted to add multiple variables together. Oh, okay. Perfect. Well, that is ingrained in my brain, so I will never forget that. I punched it enough, so oops. ToString. Yeah, I really should just make a method for this. That way it's a lot more clean, but we'll do that when we refactor. Maybe we'll refactor tomorrow. All right, so now back to, let's see, I'm gonna catch up on the comments. He's in the short stream. Well, completed my pit stop. So see ya. Have a great rest of your stream. Sorry, I couldn't join in. That's all right. No worries. Thanks for tuning in. So thanks for the pit stop. So now what this should do, it's very messy, but if it works, maybe we'll look at make it look better. So let's go back into Unity. I know we probably forgot what it looks like now because we've been in here for so long. But I'm going to click into the Unity editor so it compiles our script. There's no errors, so we should be good, hopefully. All right, moment of truth. Okay, we're at 0.01, perfect. Does it keep incrementing by 1 if I do it? Oh wait, that's not doing anything. Let's make the button call. Let's see. What's a quick way we could do this? All right. All right, I'm going to jump back into the Visual Studio Code. And we're going to do public void heads or tails now. Just kidding. We'll just make it heads or tails. Okay. Do a quick little code block. I'm just going to paste all this in. And then, okay. That is very messy, but let's see if this works. We will have to jump back into Unity where we'll have to assign this on-click event now, this heads or tails. to our button. So I think the easiest way to do that, just go to our button, flip button, and then we'll add another on click event. So we'll do the coin script, our coin flip. So drag that in there so that we can do our, that's not what I meant. Flip button. Can I just, all right, I'll just drag it from here. It has that script on it. So coin flip results. That's the script it is. Coin flip results, and we'll do heads or tails. So hopefully now when we ever hit this button, it still increments the value. Flip, flip. Hey, it does work. So if we go to the console, can I condense these? Are they already collapsed? They are already collapsed. Okay. I don't need to debug.log the results that much. So let's get rid of that. Yeah, you're still streaming. Yeah, so I think we've got it for the most part. It's very messy, forewarning. But I mean, I'm just prototyping, so I don't really care about the code ethics right now. We'll fix that once it's actually working. And the syntax and best practices. But let's see if I can get rid of any other debug.logs. We don't need these play heads animation because we know it's going to. Debug.log result. That's where that other result was. Okay. So I just got rid of some debug.log messages, and Dan, this is what we got working now. I'm going to compile my script. All right, clearing this. Chat is dead, guys. Nah, you just got to spam the chat, then it won't be dead. You know the chat is dead when we're all focused. How about that? So chat is technically never dead. So I technically just called this twice because, oh, does it run it? I wonder if this is what's calling the animation in the beginning. I'm just going to do no function. Oh, let's do that again. No function. And then technically our coin shouldn't flip if that's what's causing it. Oh, okay. Never mind. I still don't know why it flips right away. Maybe in the animator I have it set to flip at least in the beginning. Maybe that's why. So let's go to our animations. So this is a W stream. Yeah, we're making more progress in that one stream yesterday. We've actually learned a lot. I don't need that give money, so I'm going to get rid of that debug.log message as well, so it's not destroying our console. We could ask the wise Dan if they know. If they know why, whenever we hit play, this coin does the coin animation. Oh wait, is it in start? Is that why? Maybe that's why. Because give money after flip. Actually, I still have no idea. Maybe it's because the coin flip script. Connected to entry. Oh, okay. So technically if we broke this, do I do it? Can you break it by just hitting backspace or delete? Delete. Darn, I was trying to break it. I know there's a way you can like make it go the other way, right? Has exit time. Cool. Create a new empty state. And then you can name it. Ooh, wow. Animation. Nice. That's cool. So right click and make the new one the default. Okay. Wow, my big head was blocking everything. Okay, so I made a new animation. Let me just go back and do it again. So Control Z. Okay. Did I do Control Y? Oh, okay. So I made the new state. I moved it over here for fun. Moved it over here for fun. Did something. Did something. Changed the name. And then I deleted something. And then I made this the default state by right clicking and set as default state. I'm going to make that a learn list just because that's a fun tip. Right click and animator node to and select set as layer default state. Default state to make that the default. So right click and make the new one the default. I'm just spitballing though. I mean, that was a pretty clean spitball because that was basically spot on. Because now what I think should happen is we don't really need this entry. Or do you need an entry? I wonder if I could just delete it. Because there's technically no entry. But whenever we hit flip coin, oh. Maybe I should probably... What if I do this? Can I make a line? What's blend tree? Oh, just gonna delete that. Make transition to here. It flips, it flips. So I wonder if we can do... This is kind of more just so fun. Oh, okay. So it still does it. But I think if we... I mean, if we just delete it and then create empty, make this the default state and not set it to anything. No, because that didn't work either. What if I do this? What if I delete this and just set the entry exit to exit? Darn. Oh well. I wish I could disable this. You probably can, actually. Just don't see it yet. Layers, base layer. Oh, you can have different layers. Dang, you can get complex with this. But hey, Linux, welcome back to the stream. Well, that's cool. I like how I know what is causing that. So I don't know how you did your animation, but most times the default state should have a normal animation of like one frame of how its default look is mean to you, if that makes sense. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Basically how I did the animation is I selected the prefab and then I had this little animator window. Let me make sure I'm sharing Unity. Yeah. Then I had this little animator window, or I guess animation. And then I made the animation, made these keyframes. And then, yeah. When we play it, I'll select the coin. Then it flips. So, if that makes sense. So, hey, Clippy. Okay, so let's see and test our money again. Make sure it actually works. We'll fix the bug of it running in the beginning, maybe another time. But now, whenever we flip coins, go to our console. Play heads animation. We don't need to play that. So I'm going to get that debug message out of here. Play heads animation. I'm just going to do plus result. In the debug.log message so we can combine some things. All right, there we go. So I'm gonna let my script compile and you guys will see the changes. Okay, let's read up on the chat. So, oh, Dan, when I think you need another animation for a normal state, so it doesn't run in the beginning, just like a frame or two is good. Okay, we could probably do that pretty easily. So let's just jump into the animator, not animator. So frame or two, so let's just make it 2, and we're gonna make those keyframes. Two. Okay, is that what you're meaning? Or I guess make a whole different animation. Yeah, oh yeah, you said another animation. My bad, I completely... So let's make a new animation. Let's see. We right click, create, animation clip. Is that technically what it is? Oh. Rename, and we're just gonna say this idle. So in idle, I'll select the hierarchy for the coin. Yeah, I mean, that's just pretty much what it's going to be, right? Can I drag this into a... Oh, I can. I want to delete this, but I don't think I can. Visual Studio is... Default display and orange are not previewable. I make a transition. So if I make this the default state, there we go. Not sure why it has 3 triangles, but why does it run? What if I just make a transition to this? Oh, can I not do it? Oh wait, what if we do... What if we make this the default state? Oh, we can't. Wait, will this fix it? No. All right. Make the idle default. Okay, yep, it is default. Should be set as layer default. Okay. Is there any frame in the idle animation? There is not. Oh, that is an event. Did not mean to that. We're just gonna do Control Z. All right, usually, can I just drag something in here? No. Or can you double click in here to edit? That would be cool. Coin flip animation. Idle to coin flip. Oh, that's just transitions. Idle. Why can I not add stuff? Filter by selection. You need a frame or 2 for it to work. So now I just got to select my prefab, right? Why is it not showing up? I want to add a property. Oh wait, what if I select this and then select idle? Haha. Add property, transform, rotation. And then for the idle, we're just going to completely, for 1 second, or we'll just make it a couple frames, so 2. We're going to reset it to 0. And at 2 frames, we will also reset it to 0. So we'll do 1, and then 0. 1, 0. Oops. That way we can make those keyframes. Sorry, can I do this? Add key. Oh, sweet. Usually I just have to change a number and then it adds a keyframe, but that's cool to do. Making just hitting this little dot. All right. So I'm gonna save that. Now if we go back into the animator, what should be happening now? Darn. You need a frame or two. So now there is a frame in the idle animation. So if I open that up, we have a frame here. So at the second frame, maybe that's weird how it has 3 triangles. Oops. When I select it, there's narrow the selection by default transition and animator transition. Okay. Speed. I am speed. There is no loop time. Having me some nuggets. Are they the dino nuggets? So is there a frame? Make the idle default. Okay, so it is. And then is there a frame in the idle animation? Yep. And then you need a frame or 2. Parameters. I guess right now this is just a bug, so it's not really causing any issues, but it's interesting. What if you do solo? What does that do? Don't really know. What if I do mute? Does that do anything? Oh, did it just completely skip it? What if I do mute again? Entry to idle. I got rid of the 3 triangles at least. Animations are fun, but I feel like once you need a parameter like a bool can flip to be true. Oh, I see. Okay, let's make another parameter. So bool can flip. So let's see. Let's add behavior. Oh, never mind. Probably don't want that. Probably need to put it in the script to be true, so it has a reason to be transitioned. So add parameter from the error. Yep, I got the parameter made. So we got a bool, can flip. We got can trigger, condition. Lighting. Oh, geez. Environment, real-time baked lighting. I've never done that. Layers. In the arrow between idle and flip animation, you'll see a condition. Idle and flip. Yep, so you'll see a condition. Oh, I see. Oops. Oh, that's what I had to add last time. So I'm going to remove it and just add can flip, and we're going to set it to false. So then what should happen is it should stop it, but maybe we can still do then we probably just need to, in our code, we have our coin flip. And we're doing the if animator is null. Animator dot. Hey, Ensign, we're making a simple coin idle game. Thank you for joining the stream. So, things look messy, I know. Very ugly, too. That bool is flipping to true. So then what that should do is hopefully make it so then we can flip. All right, moment of truth, guys. Are you ready? How did I learn to code? Just by doing it. I'm still no expert, to be honest. I don't even think I'm an intermediate. But just finding projects to do, giving yourself challenges to keep learning. That's kind of just the best way to do it. Use tools to help learn to code too. Honestly, one of my favorites is just using, for example, if I want to get practice questions or basically just more research on something, use AI to just give you a quick little demonstration or run through of how something works. It's very good at that. Make it simple, understand it before you actually use it and all that fun stuff. So now if we hit this button, it should be, oh, dang, so close. Our timer is working. So that logic is still working. So we set it to true, so it should be is flipped. Set bool is, oh. Good thing I'm still in the code because there's some issues. So the bool, this needs to match what we have set for the trigger. And I have it named set to can flip. So that needs to be different. I don't really like referencing by strings. So what I'm going to do here is similar to what we did for our other one, flip trigger name. I'm going to make it up here. So all I have to do is put the variable and I won't have to type it. Can flip bool name, can flip. Okay, that all looks good. So instead of the variable or string reference, I can just do can flip bool name. I kind of just started putting in what type of trigger it is, or I guess parameter, not trigger. It's kind of nice knowing what it is, even though the value kind of tells you, but this doesn't. So kind of nice having trigger, flip trigger name. Do I need name? Probably not. Can flip bool. That's probably self-explanatory, but yeah, whatever. Back to middle screen. So hopefully this works. NSL power. I don't even know what my NSL power is. Let's see what mine is. Prepare to be amazed. It's so unfair though. Mine doesn't count. Maybe I don't have any. Okay. Oh, because I did $. My bad. Geez, one away from 300. Let's go. Okay. So let's see if this works. If it does work, that'll be a win. Still ran twice, but darn it. It should work. What does that do? Dan with 75. You know what? We might save this bug for tomorrow. At least we know the flip coins is working. And you can see, oh, I don't have a space in between it. The perfection in me is like, that's annoying in our console logs. But whenever we flip it, we're now actually getting money. So that's good. Flipping coins. Whenever it's heads, we should be getting money. Or whenever the random number that we're generating behind the scenes is less than 50, then that means we'll be getting money. And in this case, we're just getting 0.5. So we're doing the flip animation. Let me just do this. And So does this mean it's false and this means it's true? Void flip. Set to true. What if I set it to false again? After I do the set trigger. What does that do? Okay. I like this challenge. I've never really messed with the animator too much. It's still not giving the animation. Well, we'll just do this for now, and we'll get back to the idle later. And it should be giving the animation. Oh no, we broke something. Let's see. Yep, you guys are still in Unity. So I just removed part of the commands that I think are breaking it. Darn. I am going to delete this transition. Does that have an effect on it? Okay. Here we go. Darn. What if I get rid of this can flip? Insert sad music? Yeah, seriously. We broke our animation. What if I just get rid of this for now? No. It was working so perfectly. Flip trigger. Can flip. Did we just need to... What if we go to our flip button? Is there something with that? Oh. Wow. Ah, dang. It's always something small, ain't it? Let me redo some changes. Back to where idle is the default state. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to my flip button because while I was testing, I never put a function back into the coin flip on click event. So we'll do click and flip. And then if you do play, haha, now it's working. Woo! Hey, Segur Garba. Hopefully I said that right. Seguru Garba. So there we go. Now whenever we flip the coin, it plays the animation. We want to later break this up to a heads and tails. But let's go to the console and you'll see that it was heads. So that means the player would have got 0.01. If it's tails, the result behind the scenes was 99. So that's why it was tails. They didn't get any money. So you didn't see the counter go up. But next one is heads, whatever one it was. I'll just clear it every time. So coin flip animation triggered and heads 17. Heads 35. Heads 50. So pretty much the player would just keep flipping the coin. Then they get money. And then eventually what we should be doing is adding some upgrades so that it kind of changes some of this as well. So maybe the player would then get 2 points every single time it lands on heads. So I think eventually, hopefully we can get there in a few days. But how to download Unity? Really, it's all you got to do is just go to the Unity website and download the Unity Hub. From there, you'll be able to download all your Unity editor versions. And it's pretty simple. So yeah, just go to the Unity website, unity.com, find Unity Hub, download it for Windows, Mac, Linux. And then once you download it, create an account and download whatever editor you want to use. I recommend learning the version editors or like the versioning for the editors, like long-term standard or long since standard. I don't know why I'm flipping. Long-term support. That's the word I was trying to. So LTS versions, those are the long-term support. I think those are generally 2 years for personal people or free licenses. Enterprise might be 3 or 4. I don't know. But then there's other acronyms as well, like .f, .n maybe is another one. So now I'm trolling, but thank you. And why did you choose Unity over Unreal? Really no big difference. Unity, I chose it because there's a lot of support. And I think Unreal's getting there. So there's a lot of support getting into Unreal. It's starting to get pretty popular. But I think I also chose it is because I just did a quick Google search of how many Steam games are made with Unity and how many are made with Unreal. And Unity is still about like 54% or 50%, just as of like last month. So that's why I chose Unity. A lot of support, lots of tutorials for it. And yeah, I think both are pretty good game engines for what you're doing. I think if you want graphics and easy to do, or I guess quick graphics that look really good, Unreal's amazing for that. But you never know what Unity 7 is going to do. So I'm happy with this progress that we made today. We have .18 points now. So yeah, pretty much the player can just keep flipping and you can see in the console. It's like, oh, sweet. Now we got 0.50. Eventually we'll be able to buy an upgrade, maybe add another coin. So this is great. I think we're making good progress. We're what, day 3 of day 14? So it's just me. Strongman, no, we're all here. We got you. So, all right, well, I guess, guys, this might be where we end the stream today. If you're interested, I did post a video yesterday of the top 10 Unity games. I guess I'll pop it here on this stream. Can I get copyright if I share my own video? We won't watch it, but let me just drag it over here. So yeah, if you're interested, there's this video as well. And especially if you make Unity games, you can kind of see like what other people are using to make those games. I mean, Unity, like kind of cool. So kind of inspiration for your own project to see all these other games that are made with Unity. And if we go through it, I think at the end I have like a last 10. This game's fun, untouchable. So throughout the video, you also see like what the game is. One is Gatekeeper, ranked in at number 8. You also see the revenue and rating, price of it. So yeah, fun if you guys want to check it out. But otherwise, that is going to be it for today. I appreciate everyone tuning in to this stream. We are going to be doing another one tomorrow and for the next week and a half so that we can hopefully finish this project. And tomorrow, the stream's probably going to be closer in the evening. So I'm going to assume maybe 6 to 8 p.m. CST. So around there. So thanks everybody for joining. I appreciate it all. And I hope you guys all strongman. I know you're saying no, but yeah, appreciate it all. And you never know. Maybe I'll see you guys tomorrow. So, all right. No, don't end. I know. We'll be back here tomorrow though. Strongman, I promise we'll be back. Unless I get hit by a bus. I'm not going to joke about that, but I don't expect to be hit by a bus. But, alrighty guys. Let me just cue the stream starting screen because I still don't have a stream stopping screen. I really need to make one. But, alright. Thank you guys for everyone. See ya. See ya, Clippy, Strongman. See ya. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you guys. And I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are. So until then, let's keep making Unity mistakes. And tomorrow is going to be an interesting day because we got a fun part of this project to make. So until then, thanks guys. And I will see you tomorrow.